All right. So what do you get from addiction? What are the positives you get from cocaine and from alcohol? What are the positives? I think this is important because if you want to understand why you're addicted to it, you've got to understand that there are some good things that come from substance use. What are they? So when I used to use a lot of coke, and if you've ever used cocaine, you'll really relate to this. You meet people easier. Your vulnerability is instant, which allows for quick connections. And then the reason the connection you have with other people who are also doing it is so high is because you're both vulnerable about the same thing, which is that you're addicted or you're using coke or getting smashed, right? But specifically with coke, you end up having these long, dream casting, world solving connection conversations with people. And so, it's 2 a.m, it's 3 a.m, you've only got a little bit of coke left, and you're going to order more. And it's not all bad, right? So let's understand that this good or bad idea, it's like understanding what you are getting from the substance and then asking yourself why you don't have that in your life, or if you could give that to yourself in a different way. Because I've used coke so many times and stayed up till 9 a.m. in the morning with someone that I barely know. So that's the vulnerability part. You're both doing coke, which allows you to be vulnerable with each other, and you're dreaming and you're sharing your deepest secrets, right? But then the next day, you wake up, your serotonin's destroyed, your dopamine's in the ER, and you feel awful. And I never once, and I did this so many times, partying with other people, I never once texted someone the next day and said, hey, remember that great idea we came up with? Hey, it was so cool to connect. Remember how we said we were going to go to this concert next weekend? I never followed through on it once, and neither did they, right? Because it's not real. It's a fake sense of connection and a fake sense of meaning and a fake sense of conversation. But it still leads you towards something that you want, something that's missing in your life. That is why we drink and use substances or gamble or pornography or anything you're addicted to, food, whatever. There's some good in that moment that you are missing in your life. And so lately, I've been having all these conversations with people surrounding life, my sobriety story, and then it allows them to share about theirs. And my close, wonderful friends, I love them, Maria and John, we've been having all these amazing conversations where they're giving me insights and dreaming and talking about maybe things we'll do in the future together, or that I could do, or how to focus this sobriety journey into like just sharing with people, creating ideas. What could this all be? And all of those, 10 minutes later, I want to have more of that conversation. Like, it's like drinking espresso, but you're not. Like, you're tired and you want to keep talking. And that used to be the case with substances, right? You did more of the substance to keep the connection going. But now, my connections are authentic. I really do want to talk to them again. We really are making these plans. This is really happening, right? The depth of the conversations, the depth of the meaning, it's all fucking real in my life. So that's something I learned in rehab, right? Like, what do I get from the substances? One, you kind of pause the stress in your life and the problems. You think you're pausing it, you're not. You're adding one more problem, okay? But you're getting these deep connections. And of course, the truth is, you got to get that connection with yourself. Because once you get it with yourself, then boom, you have it with everyone else. Or the important people. You have it with the people that matter. We'll talk about it. I mean, you remove some people from your life, but once you're connected with you, you can connect with everyone else. So
let's think of like, what are people getting from their addictions? You know, so if there's something you feel like have a disoriented relationship with, let's say, like maybe even exercise, right? Some people become addicted to exercise, which is, you know, there's a hard one because like it's so good for you, but how are you, you know, getting something from that you actually need to get with your relationship with yourself and from the people around you? And where can we get that from? So one of the things I learned in rehab was why I was using substances, so I could understand how to get those things authentically in other areas of my life. Sober Walsh.